cometh, and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father.
So in order for them nations to be put in order, the way we want them to be put in order, we have to break them down into submission. And that's what you got to do. It's like a horse. A wild horse has to be broken down before it can be used. So we're going to break these nations down. We're going to break them down and bring them up the right way. Same thing when you go into the military. When you go into the military, the sergeant breaks your spirit. He breaks you down so that you can be newly formed in another way to fight this war. So in order for these nations to get it correct, we have to beat them down. And it's also a part of because of what they did unto us too. You see? Go on, brother. That's a good precept. Come on.
I just want to say something. Like
You're going.
You were saying about how they break them down in the army. If I'm not mistaken, those sergeants are called drill sergeants.
Yes.
So they're basically drilling into the soldiers underneath them the way that they should be and the way that they should act.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do with our laws, statutes, and commandments to the other nations. We're going to drill it into them.
Yeah. Exactly. You know? Go on, brother.
Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones.
Right. The host of the high ones amongst the nations. And the main nation that is high on their horse right now is the nation of Esau and Edom. Because the hosts that are on the hosts that the hosts that are high, such as Donald Trump, such as Boris Johnson, all these prime ministers, I mean, they may not be the actual kings, because the politicians don't really run a damn thing anyway. They get the orders from the Rothschild family, but they're still in that position of kingdom. Okay, so they're a part of that elk. They're a part of it. Go on.
Shall punish the host of the high ones that are on the high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yeah, as Donald Trump declared himself as the king, right? Which he's right, he is the king. So the Lord is going to punish, the host of the high ones, and bring them down. And that's not amongst the children of Israel, because we ain't ruling worth for that. We're in captivity. So the host of the high ones would be happen to be these other nations that the Lord has set up. Go on.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Right, they shall be gathered together as prisoners gathered in the pit. Go on.
And shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall they be visited.
Yeah, so that's going to be the judgment, or something that's going to prophecy that is going to happen to them, and they're going to be put in pits. They're going to be chained up, and they're going to be prepared for slavery under us. And that doesn't just include the Rothschilds, but that also includes the high families of even amongst Moab and these other nations. Because according to Isaiah the 60th chapter, it says that even the king shall be thy nursing father. So the kings are going to be servants. Okay, even those great kings in Saudi Arabia, they're going to become servants unto the children of Israel. And that's how we're going to become rich, according to Isaiah 60. And then Isaiah 60 explains on how all of these goods that they're going to bring to us. But that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven, not right now. Right now, we got to serve our punishment because of what we did. Go on, brother.
This is Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth.
Come on.
And a two-edged sword in their hands.
Yeah, and that goes right along with Revelations, the 2nd chapter and the 10th verse. How we're going to beat the nations to powder. Go on.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
Yeah, so again, that's not going to happen right now. This is going to happen in the kingdom. When the kingdom is set up. Because Yahweh Shai, he's going to be the one destroying this kingdom. You're going to have two things. You're going to have this world war, and then you're going to have the Messiah come back and destroy this kingdom. But we're going to beat these nations down in the next go around. Okay? Beat them down the right way so that they can follow the laws and righteousness. Go on, brother.
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Yeah, so they're all going into slavery. So the ones that are high now, they're going to be slaves in the future. According to as it is written in the book of Revelation 13, verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. But what we're going to do with the main thing at hand is slavery. They're going to go into slavery. So slavery is coming back in a big way. All right? And it's not going to be us this time. It's going to be those that have enslaved us that are going to have to experience that. Go on.
To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord,
Who are the
Jehovah.
saints? Let's get the one. Let's get Psalms 148, verse 19. We're going to find out who the saints are, because you do have a group of saints on the earth.
Psalms 148, 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Yeah, so it's telling you right there that the people of the saints are the people of Jacob, the children of Israel. Let's go on.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Go on.
He hath not dealt so with
That's
any
not
nation.
really the one I wanted. I wanted
Revelation.
Psalms 148.
Oh man.
But that's a good scripture, though. That's all right. But that's the one I wanted. Yeah, go on, bro.
I've got a precept while he's finding it. This is Psalms chapter 60 and verse 8. It says, Moab is my washpot,
Yeah.
and over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
Right. So that's just the thing on that. So those Moabites, you have you also have the government structure of them, and they're going to rise up against America. Okay. And they're going to destroy America, because that's all written in prophecy. Now, am I saying that America's going to be destroyed just me saying that? No. I'm saying it because it's mentioned in prophecy.
That's right.
So Moab is the wash part of the law. So Moab is going to be used to wash America from the face of the map, right along with those Russians, according to Ezekiel the 38th chapter. You know? So you're going to have two great superpowers that are going to get rid of Babylon. And at the same time, what you're going to have these EU nations that were once allied with America. They're going to turn against America in this war. And they're going to shoot missiles at them. So this is all prophetic. I'm only speaking words that are prophetic, that are ordained to happen. This is not my own formulated doctrine or my own formulated belief. This is the doctrine of the Heavenly Father. Is what it is, the complete truth of the whole entire planet Earth. You know? Yeah, so if you got a precept, you can bring that as well. Or we can go back to the
Revelations 3 and 9.
yeah.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan,
Yeah.
which say they are Jews and are not, but
Okay.
do lie.
Yeah.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet,
Yeah.
and to know that I have loved thee.
Save the Lord. You see? So even those Amalekites, those that are proclaiming to be the Jews, self-styled versions, implants I call them, they're going to be bowing as well, because they're of the nation of Esau and Edom. So they're not going to differentiate or disassociate themselves from their other counterparts. They're all going to be lumped in together, and they all going to know that they're Edomites, because we're going to beat their nationality into them as they've tried to beat our nationality out of us. We're going to beat it back into them, and they're going to know that they're Edomites, because the Edomites are still here. The Edomites are still live and direct. And you're looking at them. Okay? They're just two Edomites that walk past. So the Edomites are here. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, well, the Edomites were done away with. No, the Edomites are here.
That's right.
All you got to do is look at the building constructs that go all the way back to Petra. Go to Marble Arch. Go further up down where we at. All right, what's the street called? Regent Street. If you go down to Regent Street, you'll see those Roman-style buildings. All around West London, you'll see those Roman-style buildings, showing you that the so-called Europeans, as they call themselves so-called white people, are the Edomites, and they're alive today. All right, go on, brother.
Finished off there. Revelations 3.
I've got
All
a
right.
precept if
Yeah,
I may.
go on, bro.
Based on the fact that you were saying that we're not speaking our own words, we're speaking the words of prophecy. This is Deuteronomy 18 and 18. It says, I'll raise up to them a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth,
Exactly.
and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command them.
Exactly. So we're going to speak the Lord's words. We're not going to speak our own words, or, get another book that somebody else is saying, which has nothing to do with prophecy. No, we're going to speak the words of the Lord as it is written. So when I say what I say, I'm not saying it because I feel like saying it, or it's just because I don't like America, or I don't like England. No, I'm saying what I'm saying and what we're saying, because we all have a mouth to speak to. And it's not just me speaking, but I'm just saying what we're saying is coming from the words of the Lord, and it's only prophetic base. That's why we say the things that we say. That's a good precept, brother. Read that.
Link up with what he said. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, speak thou in the good one. Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So when we come out here and we suckle on these streets, I'm gonna say it how Benjamin said, suckle.
Second, yeah.
You know? So when we're out here on these streets, what are we to profess? What we're to profess or to give out the word of the Lord, according to as it is written. Go on, bro.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So the Lord has put these words in our mouth. We've regurgitated these words. We were taught this by apostles and elders. All right, and now we have the sayings of this book in our mind. You see, and this is the only thing that the Lord wants us to speak, is the stuff that is written therein, which is soon to come to pass, which is the only truth and one truth. In a society that's full of lies and darkness.
Luke 20.
Unless you're going to go cry? Got something?
Yeah, just want to. Nah, go on.
I was going to say, this is Proverbs 1:23. Turn ye at my reproof, I will pour out my spirit unto you, I will make known my words unto you.
I will make known my words unto you. And that's what we did. What we did is we returned back to the Lord, and his words were made known unto us, and that's how it entered into our mouths, and I was speaking it now. You see? And this is why we're able to break the scriptures down and all of the above, because we will learn from teachers that were sent by the Lord. As the scripture says in Jeremiah 3:15, I will send pastors after my own heart, and they shall teach you wisdom and understanding. And that's where we got it from. And now we've become sent teachers now to preach the gospel, which is of the gospel, which is wisdom and understanding. Okay? It's not just one thing. Because see, people think of the gospel as a one thing. No, the Bible speaks about historical accounts of the Israelites. You know, it speaks about the laws, and then it speaks on prophecy, which is more important above and beyond. All that it speaks on. Go on.
Luke 21:13. 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you shall answer.
Right.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay, nor resist.
Exactly. And no matter how much Esau sends these agents out there, those that have came from these theology classes and schools of thought of the Bible, they can't really throw down the truth. It's simply because the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with what we're doing here. This is what he set up. Give me the book of Acts, the 5th chapter. Start with verse 38. Somebody can give me that. You know? So we've been given words that a truth, which is the one and only truth that cannot be rebuttable.
This is Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Right, if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. Go on.
But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it.
Yep.
Lest happily you be found to even fight against the Most High.
Yeah, so you have people, let's just say you have a group of people and they're trying to get us off the street. Or they're sending their agents to pretty much bring down the truth. They're fighting against the Heavenly Father. They're not fighting against us. They may see mere men standing around, but they don't see that the presence of the Lord is behind us. This is what he set up. Let me quote the scripture again, Jeremiah 3:15, how he has sent pastors after his own heart. So if he has sent a pastor to do a job, the Lord is going to make sure that that pastor does accordingly to as it is written. Okay? And all of the elements are going to have to accept it. And the proof of that, because you can have a guy that's teaching Christianity or teaching some other doctrine, and the police, they'll pretty much run his ass off the street.
Yeah.
But they don't run us off the street. Why? Because we're the men of the Lord.
Yeah, can I add to what you just said?
Yeah.
A brother GMS enduring branch, Santomento. I listened to him live streamed a lot of them, and he said there was a guy he was on the street, and some guy just come up behind him and he just fired on him. He knocked him out. A guy, he wasn't a brother though. Someone, one of them.
Yeah, some stranger.
Some stranger. He knocked him out. He said because he said the Most High Spirit was dealing with him. He said the guy was a wicked guy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's just the thing. So if you come in a different spirit, preaching a different gospel, man, you have all kind of elements that are out there that can attack you.
Yeah.
Or some bug out in the street come and knock your ass out. You know?
Yeah.
But that never happens to us. Why? Because we're the actual men of the Lord, and it's not because of just that only, but because the Lord have sent us to do this thing. So if the Lord sent us to come out here and do what we're doing right now, all of the elements of the earth would have to obey what we're doing. That's the power that we have over us, brothers. As the scripture says, and I'm roughly going to paraphrase the scripture. It says something to the effect of, whoever pleases the Lord, even he will make even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Yes.
You see? Go on, brother.
I've got a precept basically on our condition and why the Most High is going to raise us up. This is Isaiah 51 and 22. It says, "Thus saith thy power, Yahweh, and the Most High, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, and thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee,
Exactly.
which have said unto thy soul, bow down, that we may go over." Let me start again. "And I will put it into the hand of them which have afflicted thee, which have said unto thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and was as the street to them that went over."
Oh yeah. So that cup that we drunk, which is really the curses, right? They're gonna drink that cup. And that scripture in a roundabout way reverts all the way back to Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. Because you, even as it stands right now, you have Edomites in their own kingdom that are homeless on the street. They're putting videos on YouTube explaining their experiences of being homeless and losing their jobs, losing their businesses. And I'm talking about Edomites, crackers. This is what they're talking about. So on a gradual scale, little and little, those curses that used to be upon us, we still under the curses, but the curses are gradually leaving us, right? And it's jumping on the other nations, mainly the ones that is afflicting us. All right? And guess what? And as I'm going to say, as they've said to us, right? Oh, stop complaining about your lower condition and pull yourself by your bootstraps. Well, guess what? Y'all got to pull yourself by your bootstraps now. That's where it's going, okay? Go on.
I just want to make a quick point. When I was a child, I was like, my parents separated when I was really young. And I remember I was like one of the few kids who didn't have like both mum and dad in the same house. And I used to look at the Edomite kids and their families were together and they were doing it, they were living well.
Looking good, yeah.
In comparison to how I was doing. But I remember like when I got to like secondary school time, like halfway through secondary school, I started to notice these Edomites families were falling apart, and they were starting to have like, you know, single parent families and shit. Now I'm much older, I'm a proper adult. I see the kids who I used to go to school with, now they've got families. Most of them are single parent mothers and stuff like that, and there's the Edomites. So I'm seeing these curses actually fall upon the other nations now, and it's beautiful.
Live and direct.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So that's just the point. I'm glad you brought that out because it further solidifies the point, because we see certain things, but it's best to hear a brother like this, you know, say certain things like that to bring it forth out, because what's literally happening is the curses that fell upon us is now falling upon them. Prophecy. Again, we're saying things based on prophecy. So the things that we've suffered, the so-called Europeans, they're going to suffer the same thing, and if not more so as the days go on. So let's get Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, and we're going to read that verse again. And the reason why they're suffering these curses is because it's time for them to go down now. It's time for their downfall. Because you had nations that came on the scene, ruled for a little bit, they were the face of the earth, and they came down. So now it's their time to come down now, and it's time for us to come up. That's what time it is, and that's why they go and do the stuff that they go and do. But what I don't say to them is pull yourself by your bootstraps. Because they got their kingdom, they still ruling, so what are you doing homeless for? Go on, bro.
Yeah, because the Elder Apostle Tahar put up a video about an Edomite woman, and she was giving her story. She said she doesn't qualify for none of the grants or none of the benefits.
Yeah, because of her bad credit.
And that's the story for a lot of the Edomites now.
Yeah, a lot of them got bad credit.
Yeah. So she's homeless.
Because of that.
Right.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Was it Deuteronomy 30 and
30 verse 7.
7?
Yep.
And the Lord, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies
Yep.
and on them that hate thee, which
Yep.
persecuted thee.
Exactly. So that's what's going on right now. We see the curses flowing onto them. Now let's read that again, Baba Bashar.
Right, this is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. It says, Thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Yep.
Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling,
Yeah.
even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt drink it no more again.
Thou shalt drink it no more again. So in other words, the Lord is going to withdraw the curse, which is spoken of in Deuteronomy the 20th chapter. That's all going to be put aside now. And those curses are going to jump right on these other nations, including the number one nation on the face of the earth right now, which is who the Lord is dealing with on the left-hand side and is going to destroy eventually, is the so-called white man. All right, the biblical Edomites that the Bible speaks about.
That's right.
They're going to receive the curses. And they're experiencing that little and little as the time goes on. So let's keep going, brother.
And it says, Thou shalt no more drink it again, thou shalt no more drink the cup of my fury again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee,
But I will put it into the hands of them that afflict thee. Go on.
which have said unto thy soul, Bow down,
Yep.
that we may go over, and that thou hast laid down thy body as the ground, and as the street to them which went over.
And that's funny that you read that, because do you know that the soil of America has the soil of the slaves that suffered in America? Their soil is literally mixed in within the soils of America. And that's why it says in Numbers, you know what you want to get, brother. Numbers, what is it, 35?
Somewhere 35.
33? So because of what was done and the way that it was done, now the land cannot be cleansed, but by the blood of him that shed it. So we're going to read that.
This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Yep.
For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein,
Yep.
but by the blood of him that shed it.
And you also better believe that even the slaves, even down here in England, they're actually on the soils down here too. So this is a cursed land as well. And you got to remember too, Britain really became great off of slavery. When you do this, when you actually do the research,
Yeah.
there's certain people that are rich today because of the slave trade. You see. So eventually, because of the slave trade and the wrongdoing thereby, now the people have to receive recompense of that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, for example, if you go into a restaurant now, and someone buys all of the food, and then someone leaves the restaurant, whoever's still sitting at that dinner table has to pay that tab. So one may say, well, my ancestors never had no slaves at all. So, and slavery was a long time ago, but wait a minute. According to the scripture says that the Lord required that which is past. And these are the same devils that will say to you that that's the case, but these are Christians though. They'll say you gotta learn to forgive and forget. Well, the Most High ain't forgetting about anything. So let's read what the scriptures are saying on that. Let's see if there's a scripture on that, man. If there's a scripture that says forgive and forget. Go on, brother, but yeah, continue with this part, man.
You'll be looking all day for that one.
It's like hey, Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
Yeah.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto
Right.
thee.
For thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. And this is the KJV. We're reading the King's Old English. Okay? But really King James, as we've already found out, he's a so-called black man.
That's right.
You know? Because many will say, oh, King James was a so-called white man. No. When you actually do the research of the Middle Ages, we ruled all over Europe. And you better believe that these Edomites, they got the books on it. They got our records and our books to show that we did have a level of power in Europe. Oh, they got the books going, brother.
Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
Right, thy reward shall turn upon their own head. So like I said, we all know that the people that are rich in England today, the Edomites, that is, their reward is going to return upon their head because of the injustice that they've done and stealing their people. And there's even a law in that.
Can't.
Okay, if you still a servant and he still be found in your hand, you're going to be put to death.
I've got that one.
Go on,
Shall
bro.
I call it? Right.
Yeah.
This is Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man
Yeah.
and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Exactly. That's going to be the judgment at the end of the day. You see? Because we're still in slavery. Now, if you have a servant now, according to the law, you're supposed to have that servant work for you for 7 years, and then you release him. But we've been working far surpassing 7 years, 500 years. So let's read that law again.
This is Exodus. Let me get it.
And that's why the society is destined for destruction. Everything is already, this society as it stands has broken every law of the Bible. And once you have a society that's broken every law of the Bible, which is the manuscript of the earth, that society is already dotted and sanctioned for destruction.
That's right.
Go on, bro.
This is Exodus chapter 21 verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him,
Yeah.
or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
You shall surely be put to death. And that's what's going to happen. Get Numbers 33. Now we're going to read that again. And then read the Obadiah joint you have. And it's like the Apostle Paul said, you got these crackers, they don't want to admit that they are the Edomites. They don't want to admit it, but in the back of their minds, they're probably thinking to themselves, well, wait a minute, well, maybe we may be the Edomites, maybe. You know, but who would want to be an Edomite though? And I do understand it, because when you read about the Edomites and their judgment is inevitable. Their judgment is coming regardless of anything. I mean, there's not a prayer in hell or in heaven that can save them from their judgment. Their judgment is already sanctioned.
Yeah.
So they're hoping like hell that they're not Edomites, but they are the Edomites. Go on, brother.
Yeah. What you just said, I visited, because today we did camp yesterday. I had some spare time. I visited a guy. Me and him used to go back and forward, but now he's changed he's got a lot of questions.
Right.
So I mentioned to him about how, you know, there's new decrees and everything in GMS. He's been watching, you know, because we both was in the same Christian church, you know, Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
And he said there's a lot of seminars with Edomite, because he watches a lot of truth speakers.
Yeah.
Seminars, they're doing a lot, Edomites are doing a lot of seminars on...
Yeah, I'm seeing that too, yeah.
Yeah, privately.
Yeah.
And he's watching them, and they're coming to the conclusion that they know that they're the Edomites, and there's a lot of private cinema that we're not supposed to know about, that they're doing.
But you know what's something you said that, right? Because when we was in King's Cross, there was 2 Edomites that came up and they secretly admitted to me in the water, right? I think the water had been there or something, right? But they secretly admitted that they know about the Edomites and they know that they are the Edomites. So, like the brother, like the brother Menatazak, the elder Menatazak said, you got Jake waking up and you got Edomites waking up to the truth as well. And that's very true. But what it is that Esau, they don't want to, these Edomites, they don't want to accept that they're Edomites. You understand? Like, that's just the thing. I mean, it's cool to accept if you another nation, but to be the Edomite, that's the worst nation you could ever be on the face of the map, because there's an inevitable judgment coming for them.
Yeah.
An unstoppable judgment.
It's more of a public not accepting it, but privately they know.
Accept it.
They're giving that's what they're giving their sermons and their seminars, private seminars. Maybe had to lie and cover up a bit better.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's private.
And that's why the brother Malcolm, the elder Malcolm, he pretty much put out there on the Edomites. There was a time where they weren't called white people at the time. The term white came into 1681. That's when they started calling themselves so-called white people. 1681. But prior to that, they were calling themselves something else. But the reason why they call themselves that is to get away from them being the Edomites. It's all about getting away from who they really are and calling us black, which that was the term also to get away from the truth that we're the children of Israel. Because when you look at the term black simply means to be a void, dark, dirty, wickedness. That's what it means. But just the thought of the term black, when you call a race of people black, what you're saying is that they don't exist or they're avoided. You see? when we're really brown, man. We're actually the children of Israel. Go on, brother. Let's read that. So I mean, the whole term black is an insult. That's one heavy insult right there. Go on.
Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
You know, as well as America, as well as Great Britain is filled with the blood of the saints. Because when you actually do the research or you try to find history on slavery in England, there's no records. You have to really dig some searching. You have to really dig deep. But on American slavery, it's all out there what happened. But they don't want to show you what really went down in England. That the slaves, our ancestors built this place. You see, they don't put no shows on it. They don't do nothing about it, man. I mean, they'll make, you know, put films on it and stuff like that there and there. But when you study and research the history of slavery in Britain, you can't find it. You know, it's like they got it hidden. I mean, it's there. It's a remnant of it there, but it's not too much stuff they're putting out there, going.
Yes, it's out there. It's definitely out there.
Yeah.
If you walk around the city of London, you'll see coffee shop. I think it's called Lyle and Tate. It's a sugar take-out. Yeah, they founded their whole company of slavery. Same with the Lloyd's Bank.
Yeah.
That was all funded off
Lloyd's
slavery.
Bank,
yeah.
And you
And
got
the Bank of England too as well. Part of that
the
too.
city of London, that district, somewhere in East London, the docks.
Yeah.
I believe there was a whole slave trade there as well, with the docks, the ports.
So like, I might just add something. You were talking about Tate and Lyle Company. They also own the Tate Modern Art Gallery. So that's linked to the Tate and Lyle Company. So Esau's made all his money off slavery.
And when you really do some research on these multi-billion-pound companies, all of them stem back somehow, some way from slavery. That's where they got all their money from. So when I say what I say, how Britain became great and America became great off of slavery, it's simply because it's true. Because that's why you have billionaires walking around, and you have even Edomites that are worth trillionaires that are walking around. Why? Because of that old money. This is why you have the term called old money. Where does that old money originate to? It originates off of slavery. All right? And that's why they robbed the slaves of their labor. Go on, bro.
Okay, we're back to Obadiah.
So this is why, according to the book of Obadiah, as it reads, let's read it again.
Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah?
Thy reward shall return upon you, thine own head.
And thy reward shall return upon their own head. So whatever they got, which was based on ill will, there's going to be a recompensation of that. Go on.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain,
Which is the children of Israel, meaning they lived deliciously off of the backs of our ancestors, the slaves. And still to this very day they do so, because you got Jake that are covering the working class sect. So they're still drinking off the Lord's holy mountain. Go on, brother.
so shall the heathen drink continually.
In other words, they're going to drink according to the cup, which is the curses. Go on.
Yeah, they shall drink. Yeah, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, they shall swallow down.
They shall swallow down all of the dregs thereof. Go on.
And they shall be as though they had not been.
Meaning those curses are going to take them for 6. Now let's read that again, brother, the cup. One more time. The third time coming.
Alright. Let me just find it.
And that's why they tell you, man, to forget about slavery, because when you remember slavery, now you have to now you're remembering as to what occurred, and then you're gonna bring